everybody. I'm Shannon Rose.
I'm Natty.
I'm Davin DeLosa.
And welcome to
Hollywood
Dropouts.
Well, what's crazy is my mom found out, like, when she was 40-something years old that she was adopted. It was kind of an accident. She had some, like, cousins in town, and we were, like, all having dinner, and somebody said something about, she's like, wait, what? And they're like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Long story short, she started getting curious, and they're like, no, you're not adopted. She realized she didn't have a birth certificate, this, that, whatever. So at the time...
Wait, she didn't have a birth certificate?
She didn't know, and she always felt like, well, I never did have a birth certificate. Her mom had already passed that she grew up with. Her dad basically was like, no, you're not adopted. So she spent like thousands of dollars. I want to say like $10,000 on like private investigators trying to find if she was adopted. Right before her father passed away, he finally admitted it, and he said, like, I promised your mother I would never tell her, or, So now she's like, oh my God, I'm fully 100% adopted. So she found out who her real mom was, so she was like 16 at the time, and they had to give, their daughter, mom had to give the kid away. So here's the crazy thing is, so her mom and dad that she grew up with, like, didn't like despise like dancing and music. My mom literally ran away when she was 17 years old, and she was like a Dean Martin gold digger, like on the Dean Martin show, like, doing the kicks and when he come out. And she met my dad, and the first thing she did, she married my dad, and she opened up dance studios. Oh, cool. So my mom owns dance studios. She still does, over 50 years. She also was a Hollywood agent, right?
Yeah.
Her real mother was a dancer and an agent.
No. Oh my God, I just got the chills.
Swear to God. But she never got to meet her mom because her mom, it turned out she got to meet her mom's best friend, who said, like, on her dying bed, she's like, I wish I could meet the daughter that I never knew I had, or that I had to give away at 16 years old. But she's got pictures of her, and it's like, oh my God, it looks just like my mom. It's crazy. So, like, they did the exact same thing. They were like the exact same person, but her dad could have been this Cuban musician, or this something, like, nobody really knows. So later on in life, when 23andMe came out on Ancestry.com, me and my sister both got the kits for Christmas. Hey, maybe we could find some relatives. Well, the funny thing is, my kit came back, and something hit on my dad's side. Well, my dad, we know we're 100% Italian. We know every grandma, grandpa, great-grandpa. We know where everybody's from. All of a sudden, something popped up, and it said 50% Jewish, 50% Italian.
You're 50% Jewish?
No. So, but it was Tamara, the name. I call my dad. I'm like, dude, there's somebody that has 12.9% DNA with me, and it's on your side of the family. It's on, he's like, that's impossible. So he calls his sister. My dad's the youngest of three. He calls his sister, his brother, and they're like, no, wait, what? I call, what's the name? And I'm like, Tamara. So the name, they're like, oh my God, we used to babysit the. And then they're like, it turns out, like, they literally used to babysit. My grandpa obviously had an affair with the babysitter, or with the other family. Right?
Oh my God.
So now, literally, my dad has a half-sister, and my uncle and aunt, they have a sister.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
And she always knew she was, like, not, I don't know, like, she always knew there was something missing, so that's why I think she went on 23andMe. But when we, like, connected, she didn't say anything. But I wrote, I'm like, I'm curious, like, hey, what's,
Yeah.
And then she was still skeptical, so it's pretty crazy.
That's insane.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine being like 40 years old and finding out that you're adopted.
I know.
Having no idea.
But it's even crazier. So, like, well, it's not that it's crazier, but when I have 3 kids, so my second son, Rad, I was telling Natty this.
Oh my
when
God, this is
Rad
so funny.
Rad came out with blonde hair and blue eyes, and like instantly I'm like, I was making jokes like, wait, where were you 9.5, months ago?
For context, his other 2 children look exactly like you.
Yeah, exactly, like twins.
So, because of all this, well, not even, whatever. The funny part of this story is, like 2 years into it, Cece and I were kind of like button heads or something. I'm like, I'm gonna get a test.
DNA test?
So like, I fully ordered it for like $100.
Yeah.
And when it came, it literally like, I was like, this is so dumb. It like sat in the drawer for. And I told Cece, she's like, dude, you're so stupid. Like somebody would have to like be like, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, it came back in the mail, and I was all like, opening it up like so nervous, like, dude, what if? She's like, dude, you're an idiot. Like, there was no concern on her end. And I open it up, and it's like 99.999999. It had all of our chromosomes and like all these details, and I'm like, it's my son.
You are the father.
I know. But and it's funny though, because he acts just like me, and now he there's a lot of pictures of like, oh my god, he looks just like you. But if I didn't do this, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if I went the rest of my life. And there's so many people like over the last 7 years, like, are you sure that's your kid? Is that the mailman's kid? Is that? I'm like, they call it the Amazon kid now, not the
oh my god,
not the milkman's kid.
That's the prime baby over there.
But now I know there is no what if?
That's so wild. It's crazy because we did IVF. Well, I guess that's a different conversation. But like sometimes we're like, dude, what if they screwed up like our embryos? And
that happened on Desperate Housewives.
What, they screwed up the embryos?
Desperate Housewives it's a fake show. It's not a real
okay.
show.
I thought it was like
a Housewives of somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I told Travis, I was like, should we get like tests to make sure? And he was like, no.
Those are 100% your kids.
The fact that she said that, and I know why she said that. That's kind of an inside joke. Feel free to tell them if you want.
They're crazy. The crazy little apples did not fall far from the crazy tree,
Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's very interesting. If you guys have any like crazy stories about DNA tests and finding out that you have family or siblings that you didn't know about, please let us know. I want to hear your story. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Sending you all my love and well, I guess we need to figure out an outro, because my outro is I'm sending you all my love and positive energy, but I feel like that's not very Hollywood Dropout. So what should it say?
I love love and positive energy.
You do like it?
That's what I'm all about.
Well, yeah, but I think it should be different than what you normally do.
Okay, so let's do one. Let's do one like that's us. What do you want it to be? It can be like
this will do blank. We got crickets going here. You can do.
Thanks
bloopers.
for watching. What's a
live your life?
Wait, end scene. That's Hollywood. We should get like a thingy.
Cut.
And cut. And end scene.
No, say and end scene.
End scene. Okay, thanks for watching. And end scene. Okay.
That also feels like Daddy Shark.
No, I think it's like the
No,
the
that's
little.
I know it's a slate.
Yes, thank
That's
you.
fine.
The slate.
I get it, but it's also like.